Alright, who hates when you're on the trail and you gotta bring your winch out? And you gotta fumble for your controller that's in a bag in the back because you forgot to bring it into the front seat. Well, what I did is I have my winch cable connected all the time. Now this is a 9.0 super winch. It's old, but it works good. I like the connector right here, the controller. You know when it's in, it locks in. But as you see, it's connected all the time. And I routed it underneath the grill, around the fender, and it goes into the firewall, and it's right here to where it's always with you at all times. You can hit the button and it works. Before you do this, you want to make sure that your controller is a good controller. You need to take a look at it. Even when you buy a winch, you want to make sure that the controller is good. Now, my wife's got a Smittybilt, and it's a good winch. It's a 8.5, and I think it's right at $300. So it's a good winch. It's always helped her out of a bind, but the controller sucks. I hate to say that, but it does. There's no protection right here. This is a rocker switch to where you put your thumb on it and it goes forward and back. The problem is she had it routed. She was stuck, and it was routed over the hood, wrapped around the mirror, and it was sitting on the dash. Got her unstuck. She was good. Then she had another obstacle. The thing bounced around and it got caught between her windshield and the bar, and it stayed on. And no one realized it until she almost busted a bumper mount off of it because it just kept winching and winching and winching. So this super winch, it's got a really cool controller. It's actually got a momentary toggle switch, but it's protected. It's protected on the sides. So if it's bouncing around, there's really no way that it's gonna get hooked on unless, maybe it's under a seat and it hits something and it gets stuck. But as long as it's with you, it's not gonna do that. So that's one thing I recommend, is to make sure that you have a good controller. Take a look at it. I haven't looked at Warren's. I'm sure theirs is probably pretty close to this, if not better. But this one's a good one. The Smittybilt, it's pretty easy. I mean, you can have it in your lap and get hooked on for some reason. So you got to make sure hers is not hooked up directly, but mine is. So you know how it is when you're on a trail. You might be upside down and you're trying to get to your winch, and it's a hard thing. Well, this one's always hooked up. Another thing I want to show you is a connection from the winch to the battery. I have these connectors. So I got a connector from the winch to another connector that goes to the battery. And I bought these connectors from a local forklift place, but you could probably go to Napa and get some. Maybe Warren. I've seen Warren have some like this, but they're a little bit smaller. But I went to a forklift place. I got 3 of them for $15. So this is a connector that goes to the battery. And right now what I have connected to it is an air compressor. So when you're airing up your tires at the end of the trail, you do not have to lift the hood up. You can plug them right into your connector there, which makes it awesome. So you disconnect these, and what I also did is I made a set of cables for jump starting somebody's vehicle, either yours or somebody else. And the cable I wanted extra long cables because when you're on the trail, you know that little 12-foot cables aren't going to work. So I did 25-foot cables. So I got 50 foot, cut it in half, and hooked them onto a connector. So it plugs right in. You just disconnect your winch, you plug this right in, and it works great. Same with the connectors. The connectors you could probably get at Napa or a local welding supply place. And that's where I got mine, was from a welding place. They work really good. And you can wrap them up, throw them underneath your seat or in the back, and it works real good. I just wanted to show that you can do it for pretty much cheap money. I think the cable, the connectors are about 50 bucks, and it works really good. It's worked out. I've used them a couple of times for buddies' vehicles and stuff like that, and it works really good. I like having the connection outside the Jeep for the air compressor, so you don't have to lift your hood up and plug it onto your battery. You can plug it right onto that winch connection, so it works really good. Well, those just a couple things that I did to the TJ. Hopefully it helps out. Thanks for watching. Bye.